Welcome to another episode of Should You Take That Case with your host, Lisa Wade, your friendly neighborhood legal nurse consultant, owner of Wade Nurse Consultants, and creator of our private LinkedIn community, the Attorney Medical Record Resource Group. That is where we get all of our stellar attorney guests. The goal of our show is to be a resource for legal professionals who pursue medical cases by sharing their experience and insights as defense or as plaintiff attorneys. You can catch prior episodes at www.wadenurseconsultants.com/blog, on LinkedIn and on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and more. Now here's the host of Should You Take That Case, Lisa Wade.
Hello, everyone. It is Medical Monday, and welcome to a brand new episode of Should You Take That Case. It's me. I am your host, Lisa Wade, legal nurse consultant, owner of Wade Nurse Consultants. Think of us when you have tons of medical records you need translated into normal human language. I am also the creator of our wonderful LinkedIn group, the Attorney Medical Record Resource Group. That is where we get all of our stellar attorney guests, and we use this as an opportunity to get to know one another. And we're going to do that today with our guest, Atif Sheikh from Nevada. But before we get Atif over here, we are going to scoot over to the comment section and see if anybody's visiting us live today, or even if you're catching us on the replay. I want to know that you're there. Put an A into that chat if you are an attorney. Put a P if you're a paralegal. Oh, put an LNC if you're another legal nurse consultant, but put a W in there if you are part of my favorite group, Women Owned Law. Women Owned Law, it is a wonderfully groundbreaking group created to advance and connect women legal entrepreneurs. Visit us at womenownedlaw.org if that sounds like an interesting thing to you. Now, I want to thank everyone that is listening live or on the replay for taking precious time out of your very busy days to be with us. But now it is time to introduce our guest for today, who is going to introduce himself. I'm going to bring out Atif Sheikh. There you are, Atif. Hi, welcome.
Hi, Lisa. Thank you. Hello, my name is Atif Sheikh with the law offices of Atif Sheikh. I'm a personal injury attorney here in Las Vegas, Nevada. So, yeah, I've been an attorney for 6 years now, but I was also a legal assistant 4 years before that. So altogether, I've been doing this for 10 years. So.
Oh, excellent. Well, I'm glad to have you with us today. I think you told me before weather is good in Las Vegas, or is it always good?
Well, it was actually raining today, but which it does rain here, so don't be shocked.
Oh, okay, all right. Well, again, thank you so much for being here with us. We want to hear all about how medical records pop up during your cases. But first, we want to hear a little bit more about you. Tell us how you got into law, how you got into being an attorney, and how you got to be a personal injury attorney. Tell us all about you.
Okay. Or during undergrad, I minored in business law in undergrad, and I ended up liking that more than my major at the time. So basically, at my last semester of undergrad, I basically switched courses. So I decided to take the LSAT, and obviously the LSAT led to law school. And during law school, I was a legal assistant for a personal injury firm, basically my entire law school career there. So that's how I got into personal injury. And obviously, once the law school was done, bar exam, embarks them led to obviously me being an attorney. So
Huh? Oh, well, it's kind of sounds like it kind of fell into it.
yeah,
But what do you like about it that keeps you here?
and so many. I guess obviously the interesting case is, I guess the need to help people. Obviously, I'd like to get paid, obviously, but I guess the more basically they're trying to help people. So
Oh, well, that's good. That's good. You sound like another justice warrior. So I'm so glad that you're here with me. So I'm just gonna dive in and ask you, how do you choose, or what goes into you deciding if one of these cases that come across your desk, how do you decide it's a good case?
I trust my one your initial guts, and obviously when I
Action problem with Atif. Oh,
I'm,
okay. I can
I'm
hear
back.
you now.
I'm back. I don't know what happened, but yeah,
Okay. A sunspot, perhaps. I'm not sure. So you were telling me how, I know you go for your gut to decide for
yeah.
cases. What other kind of factors go into for you to decide if you should take a case?
Again, gut whether I like the client, whether you're going to be a difficult person or a laid back person, but obviously the case depends on like you probably know the medical records and see what type of injuries are involved. So
Okay, all right. What kinds of injuries, your gut, how you feel about your potential client?
yeah,
Those sound like reasonable factors that go into your decision.
yeah.
Um, Now, you just brought up medical records. Tell us what tons and tons of medical records can come up with some of these cases. Tell us a little bit about what your process is for dealing with all those medical records that come your way.
My process is basically look for like keywords and try to summarize. In the beginning, when it was just me, I would try to summarize those medical records on myself, and now my paralegal does it. So yeah,
Oh,
basically, I need to get those medical records in a concise, let's say, layperson language, so both me and whoever is going to see a summary of the medical records can understand them. So
okay. So it sounds like you're a do-it-yourselfer.
I would say that. I mean, I now outsource really now the summary of these medical records to my paralegal. So
Okay. All right. Excellent. Um, so I'm just trying to find out, and I ask everybody, when you are going through those medical records, when you're reviewing them, is there a particular thing that you find frustrating, a pet peeve, something you find difficult when to handle when you are diving into those records?
I would say oftentimes maybe when the client misremembers the facts of what they thought happened and the medical records say something different. So that's basically one pet peeve and a major pet peeve. So then you got to
Wow.
decide whether you should keep the client or whether you got to let the client go, which could always end bad too. So
Okay. Well, yeah, that has come up before with some of the attorneys I've worked with. What's in the medical records doesn't always jive with what their client is saying. So, yeah, that sounds like a time to rethink things or reevaluate that
yeah,
case. I think that's what I've heard before. It sounds like perfectly reasonable to me. Well, now you have given some good information about the how you became an attorney, how you manage those medical records, how you decide if a case is a good case to take or not, and going with your gut. Is there any other advice that you haven't covered, something you would give to brand new attorneys that are in this personal injury field, or or even some advice you'd give to veteran attorneys? Is there anything else you haven't covered that, you'd like to let the viewers know about?
I would say first, if you need to ask for help on a certain issue, don't be like prideful. I may be guilty of that sometimes, but you need to ask for help. Ask for help. So yeah, that's one. And second is, I know running your own firm and being an attorney is hard, but if you need to take time off and relax, don't feel guilty about taking time off and relax, because you need to recuperate yourself, not just for yourself, but for your clients too. So
Yeah, self-care. It is. It is a big issue that has come up during our pandemic days. Not folks in general not taking care of themselves, and now you mentioned attorneys in particular. So I think that's wonderful advice. Thank you.
yeah, you're welcome. So,
Well, it is the time and part of our show now when it's time for a little Q&A for you, Atif. Do you think you're ready to answer any questions of any viewers that are out there?
I think so.
All right. So while everybody is getting their questions together for Atif, now is the time for me to tell you a little bit about Wade Nurse Consultants and what we do here, and we'll be right back to Atif and the little time for Q&A. Now, without a review and summary of the medical records, it could be harder for you personal injury or med mal attorneys to know if you should take that case. And here at Wade Nurse Consultants, we give attorneys a 1 to 2 page synopsis and opinion regarding the merits of those medically related cases, using my 30 plus years of nursing experience to make quick work of medical case screenings. So if you are watching this and you already have a nurse paralegal on the payroll, this isn't for you. But if you do have a backlog of medical case screenings on your desk, here's what you need to do next. Right now, we are offering a free 20-minute medical record strategy call to help you hone an efficient, timely, and cost-effective routine around your medically related cases. Inside the description box of this YouTube channel, you will find a link to my calendar for you to schedule that call. Now, let's get back to Atif. Atif, let's see, do we have, let me peek, any questions right now for Q&A? Not yet. So, but that happens sometimes. It does. But I have an answer for that. What I would like to do, and I may have done this already, inside the description box of this YouTube channel, I put your contact information. So if anybody's catching this on the replay and they have a question for you or a referral for you, they can reach right to you and get those questions answered themselves. Does that sound like a plan?
It does, yes.
All right, excellent. Well, I think we're coming to the end of this week's episode. We don't have any questions right now, but I do have one more question for you, Atif. If I call you back and I ask you, will you come back again and have another appearance?
Definitely.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you again for being here and sharing your knowledge and your insights. And now I just need to remind the folks out there to like and subscribe to this YouTube channel. If you have any questions about legal nurse consulting, you can email me, Lisa at, wait a minute, there you go, Lisa at wadenurseconsultants.com. But we're winding down, and I just ask everybody to catch us next week, Monday, 5:15 p.m. for a brand new episode of Should you take that case? And we'll see you next time. Catch you next time, Atif.
Catch you next time.
Thanks for watching and listening to another episode of Should You Take That Case with your host, Lisa Wade, your friendly neighborhood legal nurse consultant, owner of Wade Nurse Consultants, and creator of our private LinkedIn community, the Attorney Medical Record Resource Group. That is where we get all of our stellar attorney guests. The goal of our show is to be a resource for legal professionals who pursue medical cases by sharing their experiences and insights as defense or as plaintiff attorneys. You can catch prior episodes at www.wadenurseconsultants.com/blog, on LinkedIn, and on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, and more. Thank you for subscribing to our YouTube channel and sharing this show with others.